Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever the case may be. This is Cross Examinations. I'm your host, Mike S. Miller. Thank you for being here, my friends and my fellow shippers. Here I am. Here I am. It's been an eventful weekend. Quite a lot of fun, actually. I know, I don't sound repentant. We will get to that. Why you apologizing? I'll explain it all when we get to the topic of the day. But right now, as we do, I like to welcome people into the chat. I like to say thank you and hello. Oh, you know what? I forgot to set up my Facebook page so that I could. Man, I am over 4,600 subscribers now. Whatever happened this weekend, thank you, all of you fake outrage virtue signalers for spreading my name and my YouTube channel all over the place. I truly do appreciate your efforts. All right, let me grab the clickety clack and the clackety click. Join us. Going live on Facebook in 3, 2, 1. Hey, all my friends and family out there in Facebook land, would you please come and join us over here for Cross Examinations? We are on YouTube right now. I'm going to let this run for 10-15 minutes before we get into the topic of the day, which is I'm sorry. So sorry. Anyways, link is in the description. Come join us when you are ready. Thank you, and God bless. EVS intervention. What? Maybe I should trace the black cat. Do it, Brian. Do it. Make sure you credit me, because if you're going to use somebody else's artwork and you do not credit them, you're a POS. You are a horrible, horrible art thief. Which is the irony of the entire complaint. Oh, Ethan, this is Cross Examinations. This isn't about that. All right, so I'll do another video a little later, Ethan, and then we can have a chat about that. So yesterday, or whoopsie, last episode, the comments were as follows. Nathan Rosario, I had no idea who Ralph Northam was, but I guessed that he was likely a Democrat when the first article I read made no mention of his political party in the title of the article. Yeah, there was even a CNN screen cap, which I didn't see for myself, so I can't confirm if this is real or not, but they put an R after his name, trying to indicate that this racist governor was a Republican. Sounds like CNN. They did reveal that information about 5 paragraphs in. Yeah, they bury the lead when it's that way. But it was buried pretty deeply and only mentioned once. If he had been a Republican, they would have led with that and never stopped repeating it. Absolutely, absolutely, 100%. Comics Legend asks, where is Lone Star? It'll be here tomorrow. I've said that before. I said that on Thursday. Well, actually, I said that on Wednesday because I was an idiot and didn't realize that the first was on Friday. Yes. And then I said it on Thursday because the first was on Friday, and then it didn't show up on Friday. Can you close the door, please? And then it didn't show up on Friday, and then it didn't show up on Saturday. Obviously, it didn't show up on Sunday. And so I emailed them. They finally got back to me today, and they said, "Yeah, it'll be there tomorrow." So I have to chalk it up to weather. I have to, there was a crazy whole Arctic blah 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 whatever it was over there. The books were on the other side of the country, so I have to just assume, I don't know, they had to drive slower or something. Anyhow, They will be here tomorrow, according to the printing company and the shipping company. So, you know, things happen. Aaron Alfecci. Hello, Mike. Been following this program since the beginning. I am an atheist for many reasons. Some I share with atheists that are leftists. Most reasons that I share with conservatives. Most importantly, the reason why I am an atheist is I detest the idea of self-sacrifice, which is basically the Christian philosophy to sacrifice oneself for the group, the community, for the entire humanity. This is the philosophy of the Nazi, the socialist, and the communist. What I believe to be the reason how progress was achieved in the race, the flourishing of human innovation, creation of wealth, was when the philosophy of capitalism was accepted. That the common interaction by the people in society is no longer lose-win sacrifice, but win-win trade. So, Aaron, you are an Ayn Randian objectivist, if I am following your line of thinking, correct? Now, self-sacrifice. It's not the philosophy of the Nazi, the socialist, and the communist. The philosophy of the collectivist, which all three of those are. The philosophy of the collectivist is the government taking from those who have to give to those who have not, right? Or taking from those who have just to fund government programs or whatever it is. That is not self-sacrifice. That is theft. There is a huge difference. That I take a portion of my time, a portion of my talent, a portion of my treasure, and I dedicate that to helping other people. That has nothing to do with collectivist mentality. Yeah, I wish I had been able to argue this point with Ayn Rand, because she was. I love most of objectivist thinking. I think when I read The Fountainhead or Atlas Shrugged, I'm very much like, this is the way my brain works. This, you know, this objective modality is kind of the way I've always seen myself, right? Except for when it gets to that whole, you know, I will do nothing for no one else. That's and then she like tries to sidetrack that by saying, well, when you're self-sacrificing for your children, you're really doing it for yourself. No. She's just stuck in this one ideological buttonhole, and she's trying to shoehorn and excuse places in your life where self-sacrifice is indeed a function of being a good person, right? If people going to war, right, sacrificing themselves for their family, for their friends, for their nation, that's self-sacrifice. And you know, you can't just excuse that with again, well, you know, sacrificing yourself for your family is good for yourself. It's good. It's convoluted thinking. I had too much creamery in here, so I just put more coffee in the top, but I didn't mix it, and so now, like, you can see how dark it is up here. Now I get to the bottom, it's going to be like super sweet. I don't have anything to stir it with either. Dang it. It's like a line. I can see it. I need something to... Is that gross? It's kind of gross, huh? I gotta do it. I mean, I could have gone to the kitchen and got a spoon, but... Oh, much better. Much better now. I'm much better now. All right. Well, that was all the comments from yesterday. So we'll get into the topic of the day now, which means bye-bye, Facebook friends. You'll have to join me on YouTube. And now, it's just you and I, guys. It's just you and me Me and you, so happy together. Mike should stream snipe. Ethan stream sniping him. Is Ethan stream sniping me? Is he really? You gotta be kidding. You gotta be kidding. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Okay. So for those of you who've been living under a rock this weekend and haven't noticed that I set off the trigger apocalypse, man, thousands, literally thousands upon thousands of mentions over the weekend, all because of one little drawing. So here's what happened. Here, let me tell you a little story about a man named Jeb. So I had this illustration. Let me see if I can. I'm not going to find it. It was not even an illustration. So I got it. Let me give you the facts so that all of the lies that have been circulating via certain SJW hate-filled lie mongers, so I can clear the air. I got, oh gosh, I don't even remember how long ago this was. It was, what, years and years ago. I was making an art trade with a guy, and he sent me a page, a cover, rough, a layout. I call it a breakdown, but really it's not really a breakdown because there's so much missing from it. It's sort of it's a tight, you'd put it between a tight layout and a rough breakdown. So, you know, the anatomy wasn't there. Well, some of it was, but like there was like, maybe I should show it. Let me see if I can find it. Home. How you doing, Ethan? You enjoying the stream today? Make sure everyone knows. Oh, great. Ethan, you're bleeding out viewers. I had 111 in here, and now it's 91. You took 20 of my viewers away. You're killing me. Guys, at least watch both at the same time. BlacklistUniverse.com will take you directly to my page. Come on now. Why is this not working? Profile. So here's the scan of the page. Right. So you can see, I mean, there's still multiple placements for the foot. The arm is bent in literally, the arm is like Mr. Fantastic. It's bent backward. This was a thrown away. When you're an artist, and you are the type of artist who does layouts, and actually you have to do layouts because when you're doing Marvel or DC covers, they want you to do multiple layouts in order so that they can have some say in what the final piece looks like. So this was a discarded layout. You can see there's nothing but just scribbles and little loops in the background. The characters don't even have their complete costumes. Again, that the anatomy is just way off, and I was really noticing that while I was inking it and drawing over it. I'm like, man, how am I going to preserve the original lines on this when the anatomy is this bad? And I don't say that as if Mike Waringo was a bad artist. He was not, but he knew that this was not a good layout. Therefore, he threw it away to buy to do another one. And then the one he actually did do was great, right? Not everything as an artist that you put on paper is worthy of hanging in a museum. So this is the piece I got from this this collector. He gave it to me because Waringo gave it to him because in part of another art trade, because it was just, it's literally artists like me and like every other artist I know would look at something like this and just chuck it, right? This to an artist is trash. All right. I gotta stop reading the chat because you're all just saying don't. All right, and so I took this piece, right, and I said, well, I want to honor Mike by not discarding this piece of work that he did, and obviously it's of no value to anyone. His original pages are going right now on eBay for $25. Finished original inked interior pages. There is a cover, a finished published cover on eBay right now, buy it now option, $125. So imagine the complete valuelessness of this throwaway layout, right? So in order to breathe life back into this, I thought, well, I will use it for something. And since I am doing my own book now, I will use it for my book. My character Lone Star has a fear sense, which people are constantly comparing to a spider sense. So I'm like, hey, I'm gonna use the spider sense as part of the whole thing, and blah 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 blah. Let me see if I have any. Oh, by the way. Okay. Wait, and let me get back. So what I ended up doing was I redrew it, and I put it. I made the characters from the issue coming out for Lone Star 2, which you can see at LoneStarComic.com. Well, not yet, but you will be. You can see the first one there now. And because as an artist, what you do when someone else's work is involved in the work you are producing is you give them credit, right? There's nothing worse for an artist than for you to take their work, use it, and not give them credit. You must always give the artists credit. And so I did something. I wrote his name. I wrote his signature. Yes, I forged his signature. I really didn't think anything of it at the time. It just seemed like giving him proper credit, because I was going to put my name on the cover anyways, but it wasn't all my work, was it? Mike Waringo did the original breakdown on the original page. His hands touched that page, and his pencil drew the characters on that page. So I gave him credit. Now, should I have just written his name in some way that didn't look like his signature? I guess, maybe, whatever. And so I did that, and you know what? I knew that was going to flip some lids. I knew there would be a certain group of, shall we call them SJWs, who hate me and would look for any reason to shower me with insults. And they did. It took them like a week to find this. Unbelievable, right? It took them like a week to find this. And then they start just insulting me with all of this crap. So the big complaint, I was told first, this all started with Dave Johnson. His big complaint was that I was trying to profit from the artwork of a dead man, right? That I dared to take a dead man's drawing, change that artwork, into my own characters and then sign his name to make money off of his work. I will notice that Eric Larson did this exact same thing with Jack Kirby, signing his name right down here at the bottom, inking directly over Jack Kirby's pencils. And I didn't hear peep out of Dave Johnson. I didn't hear peep out of Cully Hamner. I didn't hear a peep out of Scott Kurtz, Mark Waid. I didn't hear a peep out of all these virtue signaling crybabies. Where were they when Eric Larson was using the work of a dead man to promote his own property and make money? Now here comes the apology. Here comes the apology. Eric Larson obtained permission from the Jack Kirby estate to take a dead man's artwork and make money by changing it to his own characters. This was my error. I did not seek out permission from Mike Waringo's family. When I did try to contact Mike Waringo's family, they did not respond. Until they responded online, and he said very, very politely, Mr. Miller, I don't approve of this. I don't think Mike would approve of this. Can you please take his signature off of the cover? That is all he asked me to do, was take the signature off of the cover. And so I comply. And I wrote Matt an apology because I understood that I was told by Scott Kurtz, whom I don't trust as far as I can throw him, and that is one fat man, so I don't think I could throw him at all. But if I hurt the Waringo family in any way, shape, or form, I do apologize from the bottom of my heart, and I would not now publish this without your consent. And since you are not responding to me, I will assume I do not have your consent, so I will not be publishing the cover. To all of the other SJW fake outrage NPC crybabies out there, y'all may piss off. Thank you. That is my public service announcement for the day.
What are you sorry for?
I'm not going to repeat it. Get out of here. You can listen to it later.
Listen to
it. Okay. Now this is pointless. Don't apologize. Just admit you made a mistake. Oh, no. I'm apologizing because I am told that Matt Waringo was hurt by this. And that is the last thing I had intended to do. So I did have to apologize to him. And in public. So this is my public apology to Matt Waringo and anyone in Mike's family who was hurt by this. I am sorry. To everyone else, not so much. I'm happy to trigger people who are sitting there seething and waiting to be triggered. So there it is. No, I'm not going to go talk to Ethan until we're done with cross examinations. And boy, we got a lot of time to go here. This has been short. All right. You're getting mocked by Ethan as we speak. Oh, Brandon. Ethan's job in life is to mock me. That's our relationship. I almost want to stream snipe Ethan. Just kidding. Okay, I'm done apologizing. I've apologized to the only people who deserve apology. Now, the really sad part about this is my friend James died on Saturday. And I talked to his common law widow, and here's the problem. They weren't married, so all of James's comic, gosh, they were together for so long. I have to assume there's some sort of a common law wife thing that they could file for, because yeah, there's financial issues with that, and that they're going to need help with. But she doesn't own the rights to his comic book stuff, so she can't, and she would, because she was telling me that he was talking about doing something with me and my group. Like, I guess they didn't talk a whole lot about that, but yeah, James was going to be Comicsgate. He was going to bring a book to us, through us, be a part of this community. And unfortunately, he passed away. And this is what I would have rather have been focused on. 10 years normally for common law? Is it 10 years for common law? Yeah, I hope she can find that out, because what I'd like to do is do his book. He said he told her that he was going to do this comic book that he had been really, really happy, really looking forward to. I showed you guys all of his artwork recently. James Rochelle, if you want to look him up. Great artist, great guy, and he passed away on Saturday, and it was from health issues. Hey guys, this is cross examinations. I do this every day, so you can stop telling me to go to Ethan's. I will do something later with Ethan. So I would rather have been focusing on a way to help James's family than this trigger apocalypse that I have set off. And it is a weakness in myself that when I see a triggering happening, I enjoy it. When I see people who are desperate to be offended by something so ridiculous, I love it. Love it. I can't help it. Is that bad? I think it's bad. I think there's something in me. It just, is it Schadenfreude? Maybe it's Schadenfreude. And so rather than focusing on trying to find ways, and now to be honest, not to be honest, to be accurate timeline wise, I didn't get April's email until late last night, so I didn't know what I could do anyways. So I guess that was free, but I spent so much time yesterday on Twitter because I don't do YouTube, I don't do live streams on Sundays, but I was on Twitter all day. Thousands of comments calling me every name under the sun. The most hilarious one is plagiarist, because what I was doing was the absolute opposite of plagiarism. Plagiarism is where you take someone else's art or work and pass it off as your own without giving them credit. What I did was I finished a piece of art, I altered it, but I absolutely gave credit to the original artist. Literally the polar opposite of plagiarism. And yet these dimwit ignoramuses continued to use that word. It was quite hilarious. And then the triggering. Gosh, it was glorious. It's weird. I feel like I should feel bad. But I don't. And I feel kind of bad for not feeling bad, but not that bad. And is that wrong? I don't know. You guys tell me. You guys tell me. Was enjoying the Trigger Apocalypse something that I should feel a check in my spirit about? Or should I have just, you know, enjoyed my popcorn and just, you know, sat back and watched the show? Because I did. You should be. I should be what? I need specifics because I gave you two options. Guys, this is cross-examinations. I'm trying to focus it back on if I need to be checked, you guys are my fellowship, right? So if I need to be checked, you guys check me. The sharks are circling me. Oh man, that's a thing. I enjoy it. I feed on it. I'm like a bonfire, and the Twitter outrage is just like gasoline. They just pour it on me, and I just rise into the heavens. Cross Comic says, enjoy your popcorn and laugh. Okay. Hikaru says, we're checking you, Mike. All right, Hikaru, tell me. Give me counsel. Give me counsel. Just saying Mike stop is not counsel. McMiggins. Mike, Malin, Nasser, Donald DeLay, what a bunch of CG talked about the Waringo piece. I agree with Malin. It's your piece you got from Waringo. It was yours to do whatever with it. Stay strong, man. Yeah, that's the funniest part, okay? I'm not throwing John under the bus, but I was just doing a light box of it. I started off, I don't know if you guys can see it because it's really light. I started off by just doing a light box, and Malin's like, no, use the original, use the original. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go with Malin. TPQ, this is a rebuke. Okay, tell me, give me more than that. Give me more than that. Tell me, give me a check. Check my heart. Check my heart. We are trying to check you. Knock it off. Knock. Please be more specific. Stop is not being specific. Just go from the heart. It's just a live stream. Are you sure it isn't vanity, Doug? Mike, honestly, time to put this to bed. I can't. I'm not. I mean, they're the ones that are feeding it. Jeremiah Jones says you did nothing wrong, and all this outrage is both childish and confusing. Also, you should have sent me that piece. Are you profiting from it? Nope, no harm done. Well, Chris, what if I did profit from it? It's my, well, okay. If I published it without the permission of the Waringo estate, that would have been wrong. That would have been wrong, and I won't do that. So, okay, guys, stop saying just stop. Stop what? EVS is dying listening to you on the stream. Oh my gosh, I have 163 people watching cross-examinations. That's the biggest live audience I've had on cross-examinations. I wonder how many people watching are like our SJW crybabies. Because I'm pretty sure they're here. They're here, and they're being triggered. Oh gosh, I have to stop. Wait, do I have to stop? You need to drop the ego. Talk to EVS, please. This isn't about ego, Trevor. Oh my gosh. Okay, for those of you who are new, I mean, obviously, a lot of you are not. This is as bad as the dark roast. For those of you who do not regularly come to our daily cross-examinations live, this is something like a Bible study. We focus on faith. We focus on family. We focus on occasionally politics. This is about a fellowship of people. Even Sargon is here to stop you. Oh, shush, he is not. Mike, I'm begging you to end this stream now. Oh, you want me to end the stream? No, I can't. This has to go for an hour. This is my channel. This is my daily 1 hour show. So we're 35 minutes into it. You got 25 more minutes, guys. Get off. You acting heartbroken, drunk over GD libs. What? I don't understand that at all. Let's talk Bible instead. Yes. That's why I'm asking. If you guys, because I haven't been checked in my heart. I don't. And that's what I'm saying. I feel like it feels like it seems like I should be, but I'm not. Jalapeno chorizo. This was the fellowship part, right? Usually it's you guys asking me questions. I'm asking you today. Should I? I'm not going to delete the stream. I don't care if they clip it. I don't care if I don't care what they do. I don't know if that's not obvious yet. I don't care what the SJW mob does. Sargon is not here, is he? Are you serious? The human shrugged. For the love of God, Mike, please stop. Fine, please stop beating yourself up. We know you are in pain at the loss. The loss of what? What did I lose? Stubbornness creates a vacuum. That's what you are probably feeling. Stubbornness creates a vacuum. That is, I am stubborn. I'm like super stubborn. So am I like closing myself off to conviction because I don't feel a conviction that I'm wrong? Right? But it's like I think I should feel a conviction that I'm wrong. Sargon is in EVS's stream. You're kidding me. You're going to make me go look at EVS's stream. You guys are killing me. He's not. He's not. You're just messing. Oh, you mean he's like in the chat or something. All right. Rezikal, stay strong, Mike. It's a non-issue about the Waringo piece, and it was yours to do whatever you wanted with it. Just go on with it. Malin liked what you did. IIRC. I always forget what IIRC stands for. Mike, I'm here every day and I love you, man. This is going to make things worse. SJWs are piranha, and now they'll smell blood in the water. I'm praying for you, brother. I don't. Should I care? I honestly don't care what any of those SJWs think or say about me. It really doesn't bother me. The only thing that bothered me was the idea that I hurt Mike Waringo's family. That bothered me. That's the only thing that bothered me. The rest of them go take a long walk off a short pier. Take a break. Call Edwin. Edwin's at work. I think what you did was stupid, and you are causing bad feelings to come at you. You are putting yourself in a bad place, whether or not it was legally okay or not. Which part was stupid? Chris W. says, sketches are meant to be finished. That's right. Ringo was your friend, and now you've spent a week honoring his memory by completing that sketch and remembering him. The sketch was yours to do whatever you want. I met and I talked to Mike, here and there, but we weren't buddies or anything. We did work together back on Excalibur. But why is he pausing me? Now I'm sitting here watching Ethan. Come on. All right, I got to turn Ethan's stream off. Is Sargon seriously in his chat? That's hilarious. Well, at least I've got, if you add the 1262 on his stream to the 182 on my stream, that's 2,000 people watching this episode of Cross Examinations Live. If you are on Ethan's stream, please do sub to my channel. And we do Cross Examinations Live every day, although it's not usually this controversial. Marxia, Mike, understand most art collectors don't see themselves as owners but custodians. The artwork outlasts the owner. Streaming this isn't helping you. Love you, man. Well, we're past this part. We're past the art collecting part. I mean, the piece itself was a nothing. I mean, literally, I've thrown away pieces like that all the time. They're just crap. When I don't like a layout I do, it's trash. Literally trash. I don't think Mike would have given one rat's hair about that page because he didn't use it, because he used a different one. Go sketch over an EVS sketch. Let's see. Sargon is there. Well, hello, Sargon of Akkad. I'd love to have you on the show sometime. Pick my guest Miller. Was Ringo a Lone Star fan? Lone Star did not exist when Mike was alive. So yeah. The stupid part is the whole thing. Each part of what you did just made it worse. Even if it was a great piece and all that, it didn't fit the character, and it was a poor piece to use. It did fit the character, though. Lone Star has his fear sense, which matches up with the spider sense visual. The guy was shooting at him, which I have in the book. It actually matched up to a scene in the book really, really well. Of course, you haven't seen issue 2, so you don't know what I'm talking about. Aloha, Edwin Boyette. Edwin, tell me where I'm wrong, brother. Death Bell, how about this? It seems in EVS's opinion that you have committed a professional faux pas. That perception, if important, even if you don't feel as if you did something wrong. Well, and I well, for what I do feel that I did was wrong. And again, this is all very, very subjective, right? And I understand that some people think this was just terribly, terribly wrong, that I would... Well, here's the thing. I'm a professional artist. I'm professional. I've worked on Mike's... Yeah, I was an inker on Mike back in the day. So it's not like this is a first, right? And so a professional inker, professional finisher, I've done finishes. I've done breakdowns that I've had other people do finishes on. It's just a natural part of our industry. And a lot of people who don't understand that, it's the artists getting their freaking panties in a wad that drives me nuts. Anyways, it's fine to end the stream and turn on Netflix, relax and enjoy your day. Let's put this behind us. All right, let me go to Twitter and just see in the last half an hour how many mentions I've had. Oh, darn it, it doesn't do that when I... I'd have to go over here. Oh, darn it, did I close all my Twitters? I might have. I closed my Twitter. Sorry. Yes, Enigma, I know that Ethan is watching me on his live stream. I will perhaps jump over to his after I'm done. No, don't go to Twitter. Lone Star shipping update. Lone Star shipping update. I have been told, once again, that my books will be here tomorrow. I think the cold weather has slowed the progress of the trucks coming from the East Coast. So this wouldn't be a real issue of EVS wasn't stream sniping you. It's hilarious. I know, I'm going to have to go back and watch that. Thank you, Ethan. Daytime severe cold. I guess Ethan has a cold. #1 rule for Master Guns, never apologize. There is meat chunks in the water now. Mike, you got to pull out. Guys, I did not. Okay, some of you may be new here and missed the apology. I only apologize to Mike's family, whom I am told by someone who I don't even trust, but I would never intentionally hurt Mike's family. And if I hurt his family, I apologize specifically and only to his family. And that is the end of the apology. I am not apologizing to all the crybaby SJWs out there. Y'all can take it. I'm not gonna say it anymore. Panda, $5. Proverbs 11:2. When pride comes, then comes disgrace, but with the humble is wisdom. Please put away your pride and listen to your fans and friends. Well, I'm trying to listen, Panda. That's why I'm asking for your guys's take on this, other than saying stop. Stop is not beneficial to this conversation. Is Mike talking about himself? Edwin, if you felt like you've given offense and apologized to them, Mike, read Ephesians 5. I did apologize. I apologized in private, and I have apologized now publicly. So, EVS is being a friend to me. EVS is always a friend to me, even when he's crushing me. Gary Shipman, when are you going to apologize to me, Blacklist Universe? Gary, I'm sorry, so sorry. I don't know what I did. Oh, I guess that means I'm not sorry. What did Mike Miller do? Mike is getting megged right now. Oh, just take a rest, brother. Let us take care of it. Take time out. Pride, Mike, pride. So do you think, Llama, you think my pride and my stubbornness is keeping me from feeling convicted about something? Is this your contention or your suggestion? Read Ephesians 5. All right, Ephesians 5. Ephesians 5. Edwin has commanded. As Edwin commands, I abide. Let us read Ephesians 5, shall we? Deny access. Come on, get off my phone. I'm charging my phone from my Mac. Oh my God. All right, I'm just going to unplug it. Jiminy Cricket, do. Ephesians 5, Ephesians 5. Okay. This is 33 verses. Have this conversation with God, Mike. I just subscribed. Thank you, Kai. Thank you. Be ye therefore, let's see, Captain Cummings. Can you imagine any more of a waste of time? One DS watching another making a mockery of the industry. Oh, Captain. Oh, Captain. I can't wait till Ethan reads that. Be ye therefore followers of God, as dear children, and walk in love, as Christ also hath loved us, and hath given himself for us an offering and a sacrifice to God for a sweet-smelling savor. But fornication and all uncleanness or covetousness, let it not be once named among you, as becometh saints. Neither filthiness, nor foolish talking, nor jesting, which are not convenient, but rather giving of thanks. Ooh, yeah. Okay, that's a good conviction there. For this ye know, that no whoremonger, nor unclean person, nor covetous man, who is an idolater, hath any inheritance in the kingdom of Christ and of God. Let no man deceive you with vain words, for because of these things cometh the wrath of God upon the children of disobedience. Be not ye therefore partakers with them. Ooh. All right. This is what I'm talking about. See? This is why you reach out. This is why you fellowship. Because this is the conviction I needed. I was not just feeling it, but I need to read it in the Word. I am partaking with these people, and I should not be. So, all right. Thank you, Edwin. For ye were sometimes darkness, but now ye are light in the Lord. Walk as children of light. For the fruit of the Spirit is in all goodness and righteousness and truth, proving what is acceptable unto the Lord. And have no fellowship with the unfruitful workers of darkness, but rather reprove them. Well, now I'm confused, because I was trying to reprove them. For it is a shame even to speak of those things which are done of them in secret. But all things that are reproved are made manifest by the light. For whatsoever doth make manifest is light. Wherefore he saith, Awake thou that sleepeth, and arise from the dead, and Christ shall give thee light. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. Wherefore, be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is. And be not drunk with wine, wherein is excess, but be filled with the Spirit, speaking to yourselves in psalms and in hymns, in spiritual songs, singing and making melody in your heart to the Lord, giving thanks always for all things unto God and the Father, in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ, submitting yourselves one to another in the fear of God. Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands, as unto the Lord. For the husband is the head of the wife, even as Christ is the head of the church, and he is the Savior of the body. Therefore, as the church is subject unto Christ, let the wives be to their own husbands in everything. Husbands, love your wives, even as Christ also loved the church and gave himself for it, that he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of water by the word, that he might present it to himself a glorious church, not having spot or wrinkle or any such thing, but that it should be holy and without blemish. So ought men to love their wives as their own bodies. He that loveth his wife loveth himself. For no man ever yet hated his own flesh, but nourisheth and cherisheth it, even as the Lord the church. For we are the members of his body, of his flesh, and of his bones. For this cause shall a man leave his father and mother, and shall be joined unto his wife, and they two shall be one flesh. This is a great mystery, but I speak concerning Christ and the church. Nevertheless, let every one of you in particular so love his wife, even as himself, and the wife see that she reverence her husband. Okay, we probably only needed the first half of that in relation to what's going on here. So, good call, Edwin. Good call. I appreciate that. Mike, I'm done my part. You need a quiet head and a heart check. I'm sorry about the loss of James, and that your shipment of books is late. It must be frustrating. Mike, this is not Comicsgate. Not listening to fans makes you sound like you live in an echo chamber. Please don't snowball this. The only thing Mike did wrong was the way he signed Waringo's name, in your opinion. Well, and that is the only contention that I got from his brother, too. That I know. A self-flagellation is not a good look. I don't understand. Yeah, Edwin, I know. I saw that. I saw it. He says Ephesians 1 through 21 is the relevant passage. Yeah, I know. I figured that, but I was like, I'm just going to keep reading. Cummings over here desperately scraping for relevance. Oh, did he throw me any more money? No, but thank you for the $5, Cummings. I think that's the first contact you've had with me since you talked smack about me in June. So thanks for coming back with the check. I'm with you, Mike. Invite Ethan, please. Well, hopefully this is, okay, we got 7 more minutes to go. I like to make these things an hour. So stop being stubborn. I know, Sketch. That's the thing. I am. It is it's a family trait. Stubbornness. My dad used to tell me this story about how so my dad, he left the family and married the woman that he broke our family for, and I hated her for it because I couldn't bring myself to hate my dad. And so he tells this story about, or he's gone now, but he used to tell me this story how I was speaking in unflattering ways apparently to my dad's wife, and he's sitting there in the kitchen listening to it, but he's like reading a newspaper, and I was done, and I like walked away, and she's just like, Jerry, and he's like, what? She's like, you can't let him like talk to me that way. And my dad just folds the newspaper up and he's like, puts it on the table. He goes, Julie, when my father got mad at my grandfather, he didn't talk to him for the rest of his life. When I got mad at my dad, I didn't talk to him for 20 years. I'm just glad Mike talks to me. You're on your own. So it was like, yeah, stubbornness is a very strong trait in my gene pool, apparently. And so that is something I do need to work on myself. You know, we all have things we need to work on, and we need to take this stuff to prayer. We need to seek word and counsel from our friends here. And that's why I seek you guys. You guys are my fellowship. You guys are my daily fellowship. Not all of you, because obviously there's a bunch of people in here who are never here. I appreciate you being here. Welcome to Cross Examinations. This is like episode 67 or something. I don't know. It's we got a lot, but yeah, we all have our own things we need to work on. We are never perfect. Christ calls us to be perfect, but that's a goal. You know, it's not a commandment. Christ isn't like, be perfect or you can't get to heaven. We get to heaven because Christ was perfect and he sacrificed himself for us. It's not because we can work our way to heaven. There is no amount of work we can do to cleanse our lives of our own imperfections, right? So we need to find time and ways of reflecting. That's why I say, even if you're not a believer, even if you don't believe anything, you can be an atheist. The Bible says to confess, and confession is a moment of self-reflection, right? This is the time when you look at your own life and you see, what am I doing wrong, or what am I doing in a way that I could be doing it better, right? And so even if, like I said, even if you're not a believer, you have to take that time out in your daily life to reflect on your own life. Am I doing everything as well as I can? And that's kind of a motto in my house. Everything you do to the best of your ability. And maybe trolling to the best of my ability was not a good use of my time. I will have to confront myself and my spirit about that. So, yeah. Anyways. I'm not, Rodwell says, I'm not perfect. I suppose I'm supposed to be working, but I can't look away from this. Victor the Ripper says, guys like us that spend hours drawing know there was nothing special about that sketch until you inked over it, even though it looked stupid afterward. Hey, your opinion is your opinion, brother. I'm not going to try to talk anybody out of their opinion. Hikaru says, trolling, certainly not the best use of your time. You know, old Mike, like pre-Christian Mike, I would have made a living out of trolling. That was just me, man. That was me. I think you only want to hear what you want to. There's nothing wrong with being wrong. Pride is not good. There's nothing wrong with being wrong. I don't think that's biblical. You know, that's funny. That's a, what do you say? Complaint? I don't know. It's something my brother said about me once. He's like, you know, your problem is, Mike, so you always think you're right. I'm like, yeah, I do always think I'm right. But everyone always thinks they're right. Right? If you don't think you're right, then you don't think whatever you think. Right? If you don't think you're right, you try to change your mind, or if you're capable, if you're not living in self-denial, you try to change your mind so that whatever you're thinking about, you are thinking rightly about it. Everybody always thinks they're right, but everybody's not always right, right? So that's why you need this kind of a fellowship, why you need people who can hold you accountable, why you need people who will tell you, hey, buddy, you probably shouldn't be doing that, or you should probably be looking at it from a different perspective, or whatever it is. You need people whom you trust, who you value, who you love, to be able to course correct so that you can be right. Because even though every single person on the face of the earth thinks they're right about everything, none of us are. Right? I think I'm right about everything, but I know that I'm not. Right? But I try, and I try, and I try. And if I'm wrong, if you love me, correct me. All right? I appreciate it. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Thanks to anybody who is new, who's not been here before. I hope you stick around. Subscribe to the channel. Cross Examinations is a daily show. I don't do it on Sundays, but I do appreciate everyone being here. Love you all. Have a good day, and God bless.